Tonight on the program, the latest on the border tensions and what has been resolved at the GBC meeting in Malaysia. Then the side effects on the Thai economy of the 19% US trade tariff on Thai goods. And ways to tackle drug trafficking in Thailand and the region. Sawadee-ka, I'm Nad Bunag and welcome to This Week with Thai PBS World. The ongoing tensions between Thailand and Cambodia continue amid efforts to de-escalate them at the international level. The General Border Committee, or the GBC meeting, took place in Malaysia this week with a conclusion to follow 13 key requirements listed in the ceasefire agreement. This was the moment when defense ministers of both Thailand and Cambodia signed an agreement at the General Border Committee, or the GBC meeting, which took place in Kuala Lumpur this week. Observers from Malaysia, China, and the United States witnessed the agreement. Both Thailand and Cambodia have reached an agreement on key issues relating to the implementation of the ceasefire along their shared border. According to the joint press statement, both sides agreed to a complete ceasefire involving all types of weapons, including attacks on civilians and the military in all cases and all areas. They also agreed to maintain their current troop deployments without further movement or increases in military forces along the entire shared border. Thailand and Cambodia have also agreed to refrain from disseminating false information or fake news in order to de-escalate the tensions. They further agreed to comply with international humanitarian law in the treatment of captured soldiers. This apparently came as Cambodian soldiers were being held by the Thai army and for whom the Cambodian government had been demanding their immediate release. Both sides also agreed to maintain regular communications at all levels through bilateral mechanisms. Thailand's acting defense minister, General Nattapol Nakpanit, told reporters after the meeting that the next GBC meeting will take place in 1 month to follow up on two issues which he claimed Cambodia has not responded to. The two issues are cooperation in retrieving anti-personnel landmines along the Thai-Cambodian border and cooperation in combating transnational crimes, especially cybercrimes and scams. While the border tensions are yet to be fully resolved, Malaysia has previously proposed hosting a trilateral meeting with Thailand and Cambodia's foreign ministers to discuss the ongoing border tensions. The border clashes have undeniably affected the confidence of foreign tourists coming into Thailand. Thailand's Minister of Tourism and Sports has revealed that over 5,000 hotel room bookings have been cancelled across the country, which have resulted in estimated monthly losses of nearly 3 billion baht in tourism revenue. The most affected provinces border Cambodia, namely Ubon Ratchathani,ศรีสะเกษ Surin, Buriram, สระแก้ว Chanthaburi, and Trat. All hotel bookings in provinces closest to the conflict areas saw 100% cancellation, while other provinces experienced about 70 to 80%, which is still not good. This is in line with information from the Thai Hotels Association, which has found that over 5,966 hotel rooms in 9 provinces have been cancelled since the border clashes erupted on July 24th. This also includes Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and Phuket as well. Most of the cancellations were by Thai tourists, followed by those from Asian countries, many of which have issued travel advisories urging their citizens to avoid travel to the area. But despite these disappointing figures, the tourism minister expressed optimism that international arrivals will pick up again during the second half of this year. And so far, Thailand has welcomed 19.5 million foreign tourists, generating about 908 billion baht in revenue. And migrant workers, including those from Cambodia, are one of the key drivers of many industries in Thailand. During the border conflicts, however, a large number of Cambodian workers have returned to their home country, affecting many sectors, especially SMEs. Warisara Sahan has more details.
This is Simum Market, which is one of the locations in Pratum Thani province, where it has over 2,000 migrant workers, most are from Laos, Myanmar, and Cambodia. But now, the number of Cambodian workers have decreased by more than 50% due to the border tensions between Thailand and Cambodia.
ก็เหลือน้อยอ่ะว่าปกติเวลาเดินไปก็เจอแต่พวกที่บ้านตอนนี้เดินไปก็ไม่ค่อยเจอว่าเขากลับบ้านหมดแล้วไอ้คนที่อยู่นี่คือแบบเขาแบบเหมือนเขาคิดอ่ะเขาก็พิจารณาดูนะว่ามันสมเหตุสมผลไหมที่เขาจะกลับ
These people describe their feelings after most of the Cambodian workers who they saw very often had already gone home. This has also happened to other locations in Bangkok, where there were concentrations of migrant workers, including Cambodians. Cambodian workers ranked as the second highest number of migrant workers in Thailand. According to the Employers Confederation of Thai Trade and Industry, or Econ-Thai, there are over 500,000 documented Cambodian workers and about 300,000 more who are not. Since the conflict between Thailand and Cambodia erupted, over 600,000 Cambodians have reportedly returned to their home country, both documented and undocumented workers.
สาเหตุหลักๆที่ผมคิดว่าแรงงานกัมพูชาจะตัดสินใจกลับประเทศได้คือหนึ่งความรู้สึกไม่ปลอดภัยก็คือถ้าเกิดเมื่อไหร่ก็ตามที่เริ่มรู้สึกว่าไม่ปลอดภัยก็จะทำให้คนตัดสินใจกลับได้ง่ายขึ้นอันที่สองก็คือเรื่องข่าวลือจะยกเลิกสัญชาติทางกัมพูชาจะเรียกอะไรลงโทษครอบครัวฝั่งนู้นแล้วก็อีกข่าวลือหนึ่งก็คือคนประเทศไทยจะเรียกอะไรล่ะจับกุมคนงานหรือว่าอะไรพวกนี้ครับ
Cambodian workers are mostly employed in industries such as fisheries, construction, services, agricultural processing, and farming. Adison, who works closely with migrant workers, explained that some parts of Thailand, such as provinces in the east, are lacking Cambodian workers in the agriculture sector.
ตอนนี้ปัจจุบันก็คืออยู่ในช่วงของการเก็บเกี่ยวผลผลิตทางการเกษตรนะเราหมดทุเรียนไปแล้วก็จะเป็นลำไยแล้วก็จะเป็นอ้อยต่ออะไรอย่างเงี้ยครับงานภาคเกษตรชายแดนเป็นงานที่ค่อนข้างหนักนะทำงานช่วงกลางวันทำงานยกของทำงานกลางแดดอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่อนข้างหนักพอสมควร
Although some farms and some stores in Simum Market have managed to hire other workers as replacements, the workflow and incomes have been disrupted.
อย่างที่ร้านเป็นงานที่ต้องใช้แรงงานเพราะว่ามันต้องแปรรูปทุกอย่างนะคะก็คือเราก็อาจจะต้องรับยอดน้อยลงอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
มันก็แย่อยู่เหนื่อยเรารายได้เราก็ลดน้อยลงอย่างนี้ใช่ไหมล่ะไม่มีคนช่วย
The Ministry of Labor aims at an MOU with Sri Lanka as another source of labor apart from Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam, about which Adison has a different point of view.
ในแง่การจัดการกับกรณีที่นำเข้าแรงงานจากสัญชาติอื่นที่ไม่ใช่ในติกาไทยเนี่ยมันจะใช้เวลาค่อนข้างมากพอสมควรแล้วก็ต้องใช้การจัดการค่อนข้างมากพอสมควรขณะเดียวกันมันเป็นต้นทุนที่ทำให้นายจ้างต้องจ่ายเพิ่มดังนั้นเนี่ยมันก็จะมีผลกระทบต่อเนื่องกันยาว
Thanit Sorat, vice chairman of Econ-Thai, explained that the lack of Cambodian workers, however, only affects Thailand in the short term. On the other hand, the excessive number of Cambodian workers returning to their country might impact Cambodia's tourism and economy in the long run.
ทั้งท่องเที่ยวแล้วก็แรงงานส่งเงินกลับบ้านเนี่ยหายไปแสนล้านนะแล้วเขาไม่มีแหล่งงานละแล้วก็นักท่องเที่ยวต่างชาติต่างๆก็ไม่ค่อยกล้าเข้าไปในกัมพูชาอันนี้จะเป็นปัญหาในระยะอีกสัก 2-3 เดือนข้างหน้าเนี่ยอาจจะเป็นส่วนหนึ่งที่เขาต้องรีบปิดจ็อบรีบปิดดีลไอ้ GBC ที่เพิ่งจบไปเมื่อวานนี้ก็อาจจะปิดจ็อบเรื่องนี้เพราะว่าเขารู้แล้วว่าไอ้เนี่ยจะมีผลต่อเศรษฐกิจของเขา
Some stalls still have their Cambodian workers, as they told Thai PBS World that although they are fearful, they have no choice but to stay in Thailand, having already paid for their work permits. Warisala Sehan reporting for Thai PBS World.
Still on the economy, while the U.S. tariff on Thai goods has been reduced to 19%, the export sector will be heavily impacted. The Thai Chamber of Commerce has emphasized the risk that the industry will lose hundreds of billions of baht and the GDP will fall to 1.47% in 2026. Frank Han-Shi explains more.
Tonight.
Right after Thailand and Cambodia reached a ceasefire agreement, U.S. President Donald Trump decided to reduce tariff on Thai goods from 36% to 19%. Despite this substantial cut, though, it will still impact Thailand's economy, especially exports. According to the National Shippers Council, world exports this year are now forecasted to rise by 5 to 7% instead of 1 to 3%, given the new tariff rate. The government needs to work closely with the private sector to increase competitiveness. The Thai Chamber of Commerce has also raised an alarm, warning that the 19% tariff will cost Thai exporters over 270 billion baht and GDP growth will fall to only 1.48% in 2026. To mitigate the impact, the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce has developed policy recommendations for the government. They include expediting assistance for affecting industrial sectors, strengthening rules of origin, diversifying export markets, attracting high-value direct investment, and others. With the export sector under pressure, a leading economist at the Thailand Development Research Institute says that the Thai government needs to monitor transshipments, which carry an additional 40% tariff.
I think in terms of competitiveness, we are on par with our competitors. But of course, there are still uncertainties, around like transshipment tariffs or specific tariffs on different products as well. So that's still an area that we don't know what a tariff we will be getting from the U.S. And we have to keep an eye on that. For example, certain products might be levied transshipment tariffs if they are caught being transshipment, but we don't know what the definition of transshipment the U.S. is imposing yet. As for the specific product tariff, there are some specific products that will face higher tariffs, like, for example, semiconductors. So again, these are areas that I think we will have to keep an eye on.
Amid growing trade tensions, countries are rapidly exploring new markets. Dr. Gita emphasized a sharp increase in imports to the Thai markets, warning that more imports of raw materials and machinery are expected from Asian countries as it becomes cheaper to import from the region than the U.S.
The imports that will be coming, into Thailand, I think that will definitely increase because as, China, even Japan or even South Korea, right, faces more difficulties in exporting to the U.S. because they're faced with higher tariffs in the U.S. They will definitely want to find new markets. I mean, even we want to find new markets as well. So I think every country is trying to find new markets, and we will see more imports coming, into Thailand in the future.
As Thai SMEs are struggling to export their products to the U.S., Professor Girita urged the government to speed up free trade agreement negotiations with the U.S. and emerging markets in the Middle East and Africa. She also highlighted the need to equip businesses with the knowledge needed to meet market requirements in Europe to improve their global competitiveness. Frank Han-Shi reporting for Thai PBS World.
And it is definitely going to be tough on the Thai economy. And now let's have a look at the other stories making headlines throughout the week in our weekly roundup. The cabinet has agreed to pay 10 million baht in compensation to the families of each of the Thai soldiers killed during the clashes between Thai and Cambodian forces along their shared border. Compensation of 8 million baht will also be paid to the families of each of the 14 Thai civilians killed by Cambodian artillery and rocket attacks. Surin's Provincial Health Office has estimated the damage to the Phnom Dong Rak Hospital struck by Cambodian military rockets late last month at more than 45 million baht. Following a physical inspection, officials discovered that the rocket attacks on July 28th compromised the structural integrity of several hospital buildings, posing a risk of collapse. Second Army Region Commander Lieutenant General Bun Sin Phat Klang has insisted that the military will not withdraw from the 11 border areas it has successfully secured despite Cambodia's demands. He insisted that Thai forces have remained within Thai territory and have not encroached upon or occupied any area outside the country, in line with the policy of the government and the military. The Office of the Attorney General formally indicted 23 individuals and legal entities in the criminal court over the collapse of the State Audit Office building in the Chatuchak district of Bangkok on March 28th after a devastating 7.7 magnitude struck Myanmar. At least 89 people are confirmed dead and 7 are still missing in the collapse of the building, the construction of which was 30% complete. The incident led to a massive search and rescue operation, which ended on May 13. With underlying concerns over border tensions and the tariff rates, another concern that never goes away is illegal drug suppression. Statistics show that the seizures of synthetic drugs have hit record highs, especially in Southeast Asia, and the increasing loopholes in drug suppression have been alarming both local and international authorities. Drug trafficking remains a top concern, often listed as one of the Thai government's most urgent policies, but the statistics have barely improved. During the 2025 International Conference on Drug Policy, major loopholes have been addressed to find ways to tackle drug-related problems, especially the production and smuggling of methamphetamine and other synthetic drugs, both regionally and globally. According to the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, or the UNODC, the total amount of methamphetamine seized in East and Southeast Asia in 2024 reached a record high of 236 tons, a 24% increase over the previous year. This challenge is much more obvious in Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Thailand, and Vietnam, where combined seizures reached almost 200 tons. As for Thailand, at least 1 billion methamphetamine tablets were seized in 2024. Thailand remains a transit point and destination for drug traffickers, especially along the borders in the north and northeast, driven by the continued expansion of drug production in the Golden Triangle, a region where the borders of Thailand, Laos, and Myanmar converge. Not only that, UNODC has also found that Southeast Asia is also home to the precursor chemical trade.
And the numbers that we've seen in terms of seizures in the year 2024 is really staggering. For the production of synthetic drugs like methamphetamine, you need a really high amount of chemicals, both chemicals that are controlled internationally and chemicals that are freely available on different markets. And we see a very dynamic region here in Southeast Asia with a very strong chemical trade. And diverting, so taking things from those trade flows and diverting it into drug production is something that's unfortunately still too easy for criminal groups.
The Thai government has spent at least 2.4 trillion baht of taxpayers' money over the past 10 years on addressing drug trafficking, yet the statistics remain high. Thailand's Justice Minister Tawi Sottsong pointed out that current law enforcement does not address the root cause of the problem, especially cross-border drug trafficking, allowing the mass production of synthetic drugs to continue.
มาตรการทางกฎหมายเราสามารถสรุปได้ว่ายังไม่สามารถสร้างความเกรงกลัวให้กับทุกระดับได้การปราบปรามปลายทางยังไม่สามารถแก้ปัญหาที่ต้นทางได้การจับกุมที่ลดปริมาณยาเสพติดในตลาดกับยิ่งเพิ่ม ราคาหรือเพิ่มแรงจูงใจให้คนเข้าธุรกิจมากขึ้นนอกจากนี้การทำลายยาเสพติดในรูปแบบการทำยาเสพติดในรูปแบบใหม่ๆทางออนไลน์ยากต่อการตรวจสอบความซับซ้อนของระบบฟอกเงินที่ยังจัดการไม่ถึงอย่างที่เรียนไปแล้ว
While tackling drug-related issues remains a challenge, the Office of the Narcotics Control Board revealed that the government has reinforced collaboration with other countries to suppress cross-border drug trafficking across Southeast Asia.
อันดับแรกเลยก็คือการปราบการใช้ law enforcement คือการปราบสกัดกั้นชายแดนเพราะประเทศเราอยู่แล้วไม่ได้ผลิตนั้นการนำเข้าทางเหนือของเราเนี่ยชัดเจนอยู่แล้วไม่ว่าจะยาอะไรก็แล้วแต่เพราะมันเมื่อผลิตทางสามเหลี่ยมทองคำมาจากทางภาคเหนือก็กลายเป็นว่าทางภาคเหนือของเราเนี่ยเป็นเส้นทางที่ขนส่งเข้ามาใช่ไหมคะพอเข้ามาปุ๊บเนี่ยมันก็จะกระจายจากทางเหนือลงไปทางภาคกลางมีที่พักยาแล้วก็กระจายไปที่ภาคอื่นๆของประเทศไทย
Despite efforts to seize the drugs and to combat their trafficking, the UNODC predicts that the surge in such crimes will continue, with organized crime groups continuously relocating around the region. It also suggests that the region, including Thailand, must prioritize the restriction of the flow of precursor chemicals into drug production areas, as well as drug use prevention.
These are things that that the countries in the region will need to invest more in, and that's something where I think Thailand has started to focus more on, and we really encourage that. But there's a lot of work still to be done, both in Thailand and in the region to really get ahead of that.
Nad Bunag reporting for Thai PBS World. Now let's visit one of Bangkok's hidden cultural treasures. Along the historic Bang Luang Canal, a centuries-old wooden house has been transformed into a vibrant art space. Our reporter Thif Kitipat takes us around.
Along Bang Luang Canal, one of the oldest waterways in Bangkok, you will find a very calm riverside community where art and history meet. Here at the place, there are a place called Walk-A-Tif House or Ban Silapin, the peaceful space where people come to relax, create, and enjoy the charm of old Bangkok. Bang Luang Canal, also known as Klong Bangkok Yai, has been an important part of Bangkok's history since the Ayutthaya period. It was once a main water route for trade and travel, later becoming a home to royal officials and noble families during the Thonburi era. Back then, large wooden houses and fruit gardens lined both sides of the canal. The surroundings may have changed over time, but the calm and cultural charm remains. One special place along this canal is the Artist House Bangkok, or Ban Silapin. It is a century-old wooden home that's now a space for art, workshops, and traditional Thai performances. Today, the house has been carefully restored and turned into a community space for artists and visitors. It brings new life to this historic area and keeps the spirit of old Bangkok alive.
สิ่งที่เราทำเนี่ยมันคือวิถีเรามาดูวิถีเรามาดูอะไรเราต้องมาดูรากของแก่นของมันอ่ะเหมือนแต่ก่อนเนี่ยช่วงที่เราโตมาเนี่ยเรารู้สึกว่าตลาดวัดไซเป็นที่กล่าวขวัญของนักท่องเที่ยวใช่ไหมเจมส์บอนด์ยังมาถ่ายที่นั่นโอ้จนเรารู้สึกว่าเฮ้ยนี่มันอะไรเนี่ยมันสวรรค์ทั้งนั้นน่ะแต่กลับทุกวันเนี่ยมันหายไปหมดอ่ะสิ่งนั้นคือสิ่งคาใจผมตลอดเลยเราชอบบ้านเก่าบ้านไม้บ้านเก่าเราก็รู้สึกว่ามันก็เลยผูกพันกับจุดนั้นแล้วเรารู้สึกว่าเราขาดมันไม่ได้ก็เช่นกันต่างชาติมาจะรู้สึกดีกับความรู้สึกอบอุ่นบ้านมันเหมือนงานศิลปะไงที่เราตีความว่าเราเข้ามาในเหมือนถ้ายุคสมัยใหม่ก็อินสตาเลชันเนาะเราก็เขียนคอนเซปต์อะไรก็ได้ให้ดูเป็นงานศิลปะแต่จริงๆแล้วเราไม่ได้เขียนแต่เราสร้างไง
The house surrounds an ancient white pagoda, believed to be one of 4 ancient stupas marking the boundary of the old Kampang Bangchak temple. Inside, you'll find a warm and creative space. There's an art gallery upstairs with paintings that show the everyday lives of local Thais. Downstairs, the space is open for art workshops from painting and bead making to building wooden frames and painting boxes. Visitors can simply walk in, pick a workshop and start creating. It's hands-on, relaxing and perfect for all ages. Another special part of the artist house is the traditional Thai puppet show, known as Hun Lakhon Lek. The puppets are beautifully detailed and controlled by skilled performers, telling stories from Thai folklore with music and narration. One of the artist house's purposes is to bring life back to the Bang Luang Canal and people who live along it.
พอมาทำตรงนี้เรารู้สึกเราไม่ได้ยิ่งใหญ่เลยเราเล็กมากแต่ทั้งคลองเนี่ยคนจำนวนมากที่น่าสนใจคือแบบเขาไม่มีเงินซ่อมบ้านกันชาวบ้านจำนวนมากเพราะค่าใช้จ่ายทำไมไม่มีค่าใช้จ่ายเพราะเขาไม่มีกิจการอะไรที่อยู่ริมน้ำเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยผมก็อยากที่เป็นจุดละต่อมกระเตื้องและจุดเริ่มต้นให้เป็นวิถีที่ไปถึงบ้านแต่ละบ้านที่เขาทำการค้าใช่ไหมฮะอันนั้นคือสิ่งที่ทำให้เขาต่อลมหายใจของแต่ละคนและมีแรงซ่อมบ้านเพื่อจะได้สวยงามเป็นวิวให้เราไง
Visitors can take a boat ride along the canal. The views of old Thai wooden houses, local life, and small bridges offer a glimpse into the past and make for great photo spots. Klong Bang Luang is now seen by some as a living symbol of Thai heritage and riverside life. With the right transport system, including EV boats, it has the potential not just to preserve tradition, but to become a major source of sustainable tourism and national income.
คลองบางหลวงเนี่ยเป็นทั้งคลองที่ไม่มีวันตายมันมีวิถีชีวิตของมันแล้วมีความงดงามมีความเป็นไทยถ้าคุณจัดการเรื่องการขนส่งให้ดีเป็นเรือ EV จัดสัญจรแล้วคนต้องเที่ยวมาเนี่ยมันคือรายได้มหาศาลไงกับคนเข้าประเทศอีกมหาศาลนะที่คนมาเพราะสิ่งนี้ที่อื่นก็ไม่ได้ว่าด้อยแต่เพียงแต่ผมคิดว่าที่นี่เป็นจุดหนึ่งที่มันเป็นเรื่องวิถีริมน้ำไงที่เราควรจะจัดการใช่ไหมฮะ
Visitors can come to slow down, get inspired and reconnect with Thai culture in a peaceful setting every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Artist House, Bangkok. Kittipat Sukjit, Thai PBS World.
And that is really a vibrant art space that you should definitely check it out. And that's all for this edition of This Week with Thai PBS World. Join us every Friday at 10:30 p.m. only on Thai PBS. You can also follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest stories and analyses about Thailand. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ